Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, let's jump straight into something that's probably hitting close to home for a lot of you listening.
Definitely.
There was this study, American Psychological Association, 2023. Get this. 77% of workers felt work-related stress just in the past month.
77.
Yeah.
That's huge. It really shows how widespread this is.
It really is. I mean, think about it, whether you're a nurse, on a chaotic ward, or a teacher dealing with so much, or even in an office hitting deadlines, that pressure is just there.
It's a constant, yeah.
So that's what this deep dive is about. Mental health, how to deal with professional stress on duty. And we're not just talking about the problem.
No, the goal is practical strategies,
Yeah.
right? Things you can actually use.
Exactly. Stuff to manage the stress while you're working, protect your mental well-being. Real tools, not just sympathy.
Yeah, because it's more than just, having a bad day sometimes. For so many, it's this ongoing thing.
It really is. And it's easy to just brush off, say, a headache or like not being able to sleep well. Oh, it's just the job.
Right. But when it becomes chronic.
Yeah, that's when it starts to really impact your physical health, doesn't it? Those headaches get more frequent, maybe insomnia sets in, even serious stuff like high blood pressure.
Or heart problems down the line. It's like your
Mhm.
body is practically screaming, hey, slow down.
Totally. And the emotional side, that's just as big.
Oh, for sure. You see more anxiety, people feeling really irritable, on edge all the time.
And that spills over, right? You might snap at a coworker or someone at home.
Exactly. Or just feeling kind of hopeless about the whole situation. It's that feeling of being constantly overwhelmed.
Which can lead straight to burnout, that feeling of being totally drained, detached from your work. Not a good place to be.
Not at all. We definitely want to help you steer clear of that.
But here's the good news, right? Managing this doesn't mean you have to, like, quit your job and move to a mountain.
Not necessarily, no. There are actually concrete things you can do, small steps, especially during the workday.
Right? Building resilience right when you need it.
Precisely. So should we dive into some of those techniques?
Let's do it. Okay, 5 practical, expert-backed strategies you can try. Like right now, first one, master the micro break.
Micro break. Okay.
Yeah, sounds maybe counterintuitive if you're swamped, I know. But even just like 2 minutes can make a difference.
2 minutes. How does that work?
Well, you just pause, step away, maybe just look away from your screen, take maybe 10 slow, deep breaths, or just a quick stretch.
Ah, okay. Like loosening up that tension.
Exactly. And the science bit, it actually helps lower cortisol, that stress hormone,
Yeah.
and helps you refocus when you get back to it.
That makes sense. Lowers the stress chemicals, clears your head a bit.
Yeah. Quick tip, maybe set a timer on your phone every hour, just a 2-minute reminder, like a tiny mental vacation.
I like that. A mini vacation for your mind. It's doable too. Doesn't take much time.
Right. Okay, strategy number 2. This one's tough for a lot of us. Setting boundaries,
Mm.
even at work.
Oh, yeah. The pressure to always say yes.
Mm.
It's real.
Totally. You feel like you have to take on everything. But saying yes all the time, that's a recipe for burnout, like we said.
It absolutely is. You just spread yourself too thin.
So try this. Instead of an instant yes, maybe see something like, okay, let me just check my current workload and I'll get right back to you.
Buys you a moment. Lets you actually think if you can take it on.
Exactly. Gives you space to assess. And, if you're in a really high-demand job, healthcare, teaching, whatever, maybe you need a bigger conversation.
With a supervisor, you mean? About workload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about what's realistic. Frame it not as being difficult, but as, like, essential for you to keep doing good work long term. It's survival, not selfishness.
That's a really important point. Boundaries protect your ability to perform well over time. It's not about slacking off.
Precisely. Okay, number 3. This one's great for when things feel really intense, like your brain is just spinning. It's the 3-3-3 grounding technique.
3-3-3.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more.
It's kind of a game changer in those high-pressure moments. Really simple. First, just name 3 things you can physically see around you.
Okay, like my monitor, a plant, a cup.
Yep. Then, name 3 things you can hear. Could be piping, the air conditioning, maybe distant traffic.
Got it. Engages the senses.
Right. And finally, move 3 different parts of your body. Wiggle your fingers, maybe roll your shoulders, tap your toes.
Ah, brings you back into your physical self.
Exactly. It interrupts that anxiety spiral by focusing you on the here and now. It's super quick. Nobody needs to know you're doing it. You can do it anywhere.
That's incredibly practical. Shifting from those internal worries to just what's actually around you. Grounding is the perfect word for it.
Totally. All right, number 4 is about a mindset shift. reframing your stress.
Reframing. Interesting. How does that work? Stress feels pretty bad usually.
Well, yeah, but it isn't always negative. Sometimes that feeling of stress can actually be your body gearing up, sharpening your focus, helping you perform. They call it eustress, like good stress.
Eustress.
Okay.
So harnessing it
I don't
somehow.
know that. Kind of. So next time you feel that pressure, like a big deadline is looming, instead of thinking, oh no, I'm stressed, try telling yourself, okay, this is my body getting ready to crush this.
Changing the narrative in your head from threat to challenge.
Exactly. Viewing it as energy to perform rather than something that's going to overwhelm you. It can lessen the negative feeling of it.
That's powerful. Recognizing the physical sensations, but interpreting them differently. I like that.
Yeah, it takes practice, but it can help. Okay, number 5, build a stress release ritual.
A ritual, like after work.
Yeah, because it's so easy to just finish work, especially a tough day, and just like collapse on the sofa and scroll on your phone, right?
Guilty? Trying to just zone out.
We all do it.
Yeah.
But having a deliberate routine after work can really help shake off the day's tension, stop it from bleeding into your personal time.
Okay, so what kind of things are we talking about?
Could be super simple, like a quick 10-minute walk outside, or maybe 5 minutes of just jotting down thoughts in a journal.
Processing the day.
It's whatever works for you. The key is making it a regular habit.
Creating a clear boundary, like a reset button.
Exactly. A signal to your brain and body. Work's done. Time to shift gears.
That intentional transition is so important for actually switching off and recharging, protecting your downtime.
Definitely. Now, look, all these strategies, they might take a bit of experimenting to see what clicks for you.
For sure. Not everything works for everyone or in every situation.
And maybe you're listening thinking, yeah, but my job is exceptionally stressful.
Wow.
We hear you. And that actually leads perfectly into hearing from others.
Real-world experiences are always so helpful. Makes you feel less alone, too.
Absolutely. We actually asked our listeners for tips and got some great ones. Like Sarah from Chicago, she's a nurse, works those crazy long shifts.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's high pressure.
She started keeping a gratitude journal. Even on the absolute worst days, she makes herself write down just one positive thing from her shift.
Just one thing.
Yeah. Maybe a nice interaction with a patient or something that went well. She said focusing on that tiny positive helps her stay grounded, kind of counteracts the negativity.
That's brilliant. Actively looking for the good, even when it's tough. That builds resilience right there.
It really does. Then there was Mike from Seattle. He's a project manager. Different kind of stress, but still intense.
Deadlines, juggling things, yeah.
He found trying to just ignore his worries all day didn't work. So now he schedules worry times.
Schedules. Worry time, seriously.
Yeah. Like 10 or 15 minutes a day, he actually puts it in his calendar. During that time, he lets himself think about the stressors, maybe brainstorm solutions.
So he contains it.
That's the idea. He found that by giving the worries a specific slot, they were less likely to pop up and distract him randomly throughout the rest of the day.
Huh. That's a really creative approach. Giving the anxiety a specific place and time so it doesn't take over everything else.
Right. These stories just show, you're definitely not alone in this, and people find really interesting ways to cope.
It's great to hear these practical personal strategies.
Definitely. And hey, if you listening have a stress-busting tip that works for you at work, please share it. Email us, hit us up on social media. We might feature it later.
Yeah, please do. Sharing helps the whole community.
Okay, so we've talked about strategies, heard some stories, but there's a really critical point we need to touch on.
Which is?
Knowing when the stress is, well, maybe too much to handle just with these techniques. When you might need outside help.
Absolutely vital. Recognizing your limits and knowing when to reach out. It's not weakness, it's self-awareness.
Such an important message. So what are the signs? What should people look out for?
Well, constant exhaustion is a big one, like you're tired even after you've rested.
Deep fatigue, yeah.
Or if you find yourself really, truly dreading going to work almost every single day. That's
pit in your stomach feeling.
And also, if the stress is clearly having a negative impact on your relationships, or, your physical health is suffering noticeably.
If you see those signs,
then it's really time to reach out. Talk to someone you trust, a friend, family, or consider a professional, like a counselor or therapist.
And many workplaces have resources too, right?
Yes. Employee assistance programs, EAPs, they often offer free confidential counseling. Definitely worth checking with your HR department about what's available.
Good tip. And look, if things feel like a crisis, if it's really overwhelming...
Please don't wait. Call a mental health hotline immediately, like 988 in the U.S. Get immediate support.
Absolutely. Seeking help is a sign of strength. It really, really is.
It's a proactive step towards feeling better. taking care of yourself.
So let's kind of wrap this up. We've really covered why professional stress is a serious mental health thing.
Yeah, the impact is real.
We've gone through 5 hopefully useful, practical strategies you can try right away on the job.
Micro breaks, boundaries, grounding, reframing, rituals.
And we've heard some really inspiring stories from listeners showing how they cope.
Proving it's possible to manage, even in tough fields.
The main thing we want you to take away is you can take steps to manage work stress. Small intentional actions add up, and you absolutely deserve to prioritize your mental health.
Build those habits and know when to ask for backup. That's key.
So if this deep dive resonated with you, maybe share it with a coworker, a friend, anyone who might find it helpful.
Yeah, spread the word.
And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the deep dive. Maybe leave us a rating or review. It honestly helps more people find us.
We really appreciate that support.
And let us know what else you want us to dive into. Send topic suggestions our way, email, social media, whatever works.
We love hearing from you. It helps us shape future deep dives.
All right, until next time, this is your host, just reminding you to take care of yourself on duty and off duty too. Keep shining.